Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be unboxing the Training Wheel 40% keyboard from P3D store. Just came in today. In full disclosure, I just started recording this video a few minutes ago and then realized I had a problem with my video input, so I had to start all over. Unfortunately, it's already been opened, so still kind of an unboxing. I put everything back in there as best I could. I didn't shove all the tissue paper back in there, but we can pretend like it's in there. It was in there. This is a new box, actually. The last order I got from P3D store was just a plain brown box. I don't know if this is something that they've always used for orders of this size. Last time I just ordered a 3D printed case for a numpad, a discipad. So it was a smaller box. Maybe they've had these all along. Maybe it's something new. I don't know. I think it looks pretty cool. Pretty interesting box. Let's go through and look at some of the options that were available for this group buy. You have a choice between a 3D printed case, an acrylic case, or a FR4 sandwich case. I went with the 3D printed case. I didn't want to dump a whole lot of money into options on this board because, I mean, it's a company that prints cases, so I'm sure I can always order another case in the future. I went with a sparkly dark gray, which is actually not available in their colors right now for some reason. I guess they're out of the filament for the 3D printer. Acrylic bottom color, acrylic bottom color options. There's quite a few different options. I went with the radiant just because, you know, looks kind of cool. And that was an extra $25. For switch plate material, I just went with the FR4. I went with the 1U blocker left of the Aero cluster. I did not get any foam. There was an option for plate foam should you wanted it. And then there was an optional plate should you want additional plates. I kind of wish I'd gotten a palm plate, but you know, if I decide that I like the form factor and decide to keep with it, I will probably pick one up in the future. So all in all, that's the options that I went with on mine. It came out to a total of $130. So let's, without any further ado, open it back up. Pretend like there was a lot of tissue paper in here, because there was a decent amount of tissue paper shoved in there. 40% board, not real huge. Don't know what just happened there. That was weird. So, you know, good old-fashioned bubble wrap. Everybody loves that. Got something to pop and play with later. So this is the acrylic, radiant acrylic, what do they call it? They're just the bottom, I guess. They didn't have like a special name for it. Also, about 1 or 2 days after I'd got notification that the shipping label had been printed, I got an email from P3D store stating that they had forgot to put in some screws. So I'm surprised there is some screws in here. I don't know if they just mass emailed everybody, hey, we didn't include your screws, but they printed another shipping label. Some screws are expected to be here Monday. This is a Saturday, so they should be here in 2 days. But you know, it's not too bad. At least they're not like, hey, go to the hardware store and get them. At least they're sending them. So here is our plate. Here is the PCB, which was just in some tissue paper with a little blue sticker on it. It looks, you know, the graphic on it's pretty cool. Got some bicycles, a little old school training wheels, which you may remember from your childhood. USB-C. Just kind of a, I don't know if you would call that a blue or a green. It's kind of a bluish green. So I'm not gonna put it together today, but PCB will sit on there, and then of course, you know, the plate's gonna be on top, and then it's gonna all sit together like so. For switches, I'm probably gonna end up putting some Boba U4Ts in here. I've got some more of them coming in stock. I sell them on Reddit. I'll put a link down below. If you have not gotten some and want to get some, you can get up with me. I'm probably going to use the black housings, the new black Bobas. I've got quite a few of those. So that's pretty much it. It's just standard little 3D case, nothing super special about it. don't know if I'd call it super glittery. You can kind of see there's a little, doesn't even really look so much like glitter as it does just, I guess it does. It looks kind of white at first, but yeah, it's got a little sparkliness to it. I'm not sure if you can really see it well on camera, but there's a little bit of glittery goodness in there, I guess. The radiant bottom looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, it is on the bottom, so I don't think it's really gonna, you know, be seen super well. It doesn't look like you can add LEDs per key, but probably could add some LED strips underneath, which I don't think would do you any good since this is not a transparent case on the sides. I guess if you have to have some lights, you could add them, as there are some pinouts over here. So we got just some little standoffs here. So another thing I've noticed is that on all the holes along the outside of the bottom, drill just kind of cut right through to the outside. So hopefully that doesn't affect its ability to, you know, screw into place. There are little bits of acrylic here in the holes that need to be popped out. That's all of them. But yeah, so that's this here, guys. I'm gonna put some links down below. I will include a link to my subreddit should you choose to check that out if you're looking for some switches and whatnot. I post, you know, when I get stock in there, what I have. Pretty much selling Gazoo's switches. I don't think there's anything else I need to say. You know, like, follow. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be doing another video pretty soon on how to thin out lube for lubing switches. If you've seen my video on the method of lubing that I use, which is the method that is in fact recommended by Gazoo for his switches, and you know, they work great for any other switch out there. It's actually a super fast, well, I wouldn't say super fast, but compared to paintbrush lubing, it is way faster. You get your switches lubed in a fraction of the time, get the same performance out of it, but it does require a thinned lube. So I'm going to do a little short video here in the next couple weeks on how to thin your lube. I'll do a nice big amount of that and show everybody how it's done so you can do it yourself in the future. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys soon.